Hey, so I'm Ray. Thanks for joining us. Today I have my good friend here, Drake.
Hi.
And we are both not each other's twin flames. We're both divine masculines in the community, the Twin Flames universe community. And we're here to dispel some information around the divine masculine, what that looks like, what it means to be transgender. And also for some of you, is it weird to transition later in your life, or is it exactly the same as when you would transition earlier in your life? And so we're going to be really diving deep to see what that is. Cool.
Yeah.
So I have a couple questions here.
It means, well, to me, it just means being my true self.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, that's the word that was created to describe what I basically did, but
Right.
I was never female.
Right.
I never felt female.
Right.
Even though I have a female body, right?
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I am transgender, but I don't label myself as that. That's not
No.
all of who I am.
No.
I'm Drake. It's a part of me. Yeah, but it just means being your true self.
Yeah.
When I was a female, I wasn't myself. That's not me, right? I'm a man, and I changed, or not changed, but transitioned from someone who wasn't my divine self to my divine self, essentially, right?
Yeah.
So transition, right?
Yeah, and it's just stemming off of that too. For me, being transgender, or what transgender means is it's just somebody who isn't living their in their authentic self, and they are transitioning to their authentic self. They're exploring and going deeper and expanding to who they truly are. And so actually the transgender community is really set in place, I think, and the purpose of the transgender community also is to really empower people who are not being their authentic self, because there's people who are not in the wrong body per se, but are experiencing this lack of identity. And so I think that people like us really help them, and I think that's the purpose of the transgender community.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, exactly. It's just we're being ourselves unapologetically.
Amen.
And that's what's helping people, right? Because people who are cis, right? And if you don't know what cis means, it means that they were born with the correct parts or whatever.
Yeah.
I mean, it doesn't really mean
I didn't even know that word.
Yeah. but you know, they get triggered by us because they're like, oh my god, this guy is so masculine, and I don't feel masculine. So
right.
So
I remember.
Yeah.
I used to feel that way when I was looking at trans women. I didn't typically get there weren't a lot of trans men in my life, and it makes sense because I would have been really triggered. But there were a lot of trans women in my life, and I remember feeling really, really insecure and being like, oh my god, she's more of a woman than I am. And it would really make me question myself and really look deeper into my identity. And so I'm so grateful for those experiences.
Right. Yeah. That's what we're helping people do, is even if you're not transgender, just claiming yourselves even more.
Yeah.
Really. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So you don't need to be hurt or scared of someone who's transgender. You can be empowered by them.
Yeah. We're normal people. We're not these alien species from another planet.
Yeah.
Coming to invade Earth. We're just human beings.
Yeah. To expand on this, what is so the Twin Flames community in general, they use the terms divine masculine and divine feminine. Can you speak a little bit to that? And I'll even add on as well, what it means to be divine masculine versus divine feminine.
The way I can best describe it is just how you feel. Divine masculine is giving, right?
Mm-hmm.
And when I give, that's when I feel the most passion, right? I'm talking, I'm giving love, I'm sharing.
Mm-hmm.
That's what brings me alive.
Yeah.
And the feminine is more receiving and more relaxed and surrendered. So if you look at the duality of it, it just fits. And that's all. I've always felt comfortable just giving, receiving.
Yeah.
I receive, but
Well,
That's
giving is how
not-
you receive.
Exactly,
Yeah.
exactly. Like by me giving, I'm receiving, right? If I'm
Right.
giving to my twin flame and she's receiving that, I instantly receive because it
Right.
feels good. Like when my and you can relate to this too. Like,
Oh, I
if you're
totally
trying to
can.
give to your twin flame and they're like, no, it makes you feel bad.
It
you
does.
know? And you got to heal that. But when you're loving on them and they're receiving it, like that feels really
It feels
good.
really good. I mean, that's like how you experience the love
Exactly.
too, and it doesn't feel bad for you at all.
Right.
And I know that like I would experience that a lot, and like, the one thing I can also share to that too is like, so there's a lot of people out there, especially haters, who will say like, well, how can a divine masculine like be in a female body, right? And there are spiritual meanings behind it too of why someone might have chosen in this life to experience a female body.
Right.
What I can say is like I've had relationships and relations with divine feminines, both in male and female bodies, and divine masculines, both in male and female bodies. And in every instance, it only felt good when I was with a divine feminine. So I know for me and my experience, no matter the body and the physicalness of it, like it feels bad for two divine masculines to be in a relationship together, or two divine feminines. So yeah, in any relationship, there is always a feminine and a masculine, but that doesn't mean that like that's then saying that like they can't be same sex, or they can't even be what we call like switch sex too. So it's just the experience of that union and what they choose and how they want to express themselves. And like I think the other thing I would add too is like I'm a divine masculine, but I love beauty. I love makeup. I love skincare. And it's beautiful because like I get to do makeup on my twin flame and I love it because she just looks so beautiful. And like I do skincare on me. I like doing my hair. I cannot wait to get a beard so that I can like be playing with that and like learning how to do the razors and stuff like that because it's something that I'm really passionate about. And like that doesn't make me feminine. I like bold colors. That doesn't make me feminine. I like am an emotional being. I'm an emotional person. That doesn't make me feminine. What makes me masculine is just who I am. Right? And so I think the other thing that we're really trying to communicate within the Twin Flames community to help a lot of people with their identities is that, divine masculine and feminine doesn't have anything to do with the qualities of a person.
Right.
It's just who you are and the feeling behind it.
Yeah.
So yeah, I hope that also like helps a few of you as well.
Yeah. It's not on the outside.
No, it's not.
Like it doesn't matter. Like
no.
You at the core of like your skincare and all that stuff, it's just self-love. Like that's what the core of it. It doesn't. Yeah. And men can have that. Like,
amen. Everyone
in the society has this stereotype that like men have to be like
macho and shit. Yeah.
Yeah, like just no emotions. They can't. They can't like skincare or like loving themselves, right? If they take care of themselves, then it's girly. Right. But in the case like it's not like they just love themselves,
Exactly.
And
exactly.
Yeah, and it's not outside of you. Like, oh yeah, if there's people watching this that are like, oh well, you can't, like looking on the outside, it just doesn't make any sense.
No,
like, you can't base something off of that because it's all in the inside. Like, like when I was in a feminine body, like I knew I was a man. Yeah, I've had long hair and all this other stuff, but it was just a feeling. Like nobody could tell me that I was a woman because I wasn't. And
no one has the ability to tell you who you are. No one can take that power away from you.
No.
Do not ever let anyone do that. This journey is yours and yours alone. And so like, if you come to this realization, it is a sacred thing. And people who are watching, like, I hope you recognize that when someone does come to that realization, it's sacred, and so it's not something for you to try and fight or force, but to simply hold space for that person as they explore, as they go further into figuring out who they truly are and accepting themselves for who they are. And you should really encourage and empower that.
Yeah, well, because if you think about it too, for someone to even like come out publicly,
that's
right,
a big deal.
It's very courageous.
It's a big fucking
deal.
Deal.
They're like putting them their whole selves out there, you know, and like you have like the right mindset to like be okay if someone comes at you, but like other people that are really vulnerable, it's not okay to like, you know, say stuff to them, you know, and like, you know, we just all need to be compassionate with each other, right? Like, if you think about it logically, it takes a big deal for someone to come out as transgender and even explore that idea because like it's kind of scary sometimes. You don't know what's gonna happen.
Yeah.
And like, but just people in general, like coming out and being more of themselves. You know, like people, you know, gay, lesbian, like even that, like, you know, if we're just getting into that,
oh my god, know,
or just
or even expressing themselves, like maybe this person's more spiritual.
Right.
Maybe this person likes, you know, likes to cut hair and do makeup, but they were like scared. Oh, if I like that, maybe that makes me a certain way. Right. Like, it's all about not only self-acceptance, but just like, if you're not accepting the people around you, it's typically just an indicator that you're not accepting yourself.
Yeah, you need to accept yourself.
And just accept yourself. Like, you're a divine child of God. Like, why wouldn't you accept yourself?
Exactly.
And it like, someone being themselves doesn't harm you.
No.
So you can really release that belief.
Yeah. Well, I mean, if you're caring about like somebody's choice, like, what does that say about you? Like you're putting so much time and energy in like
you're giving your power away.
Yeah, and it's like, how does that affect you though? Like how you can ask yourself, how is this affecting me? It's not affecting you. It's literally somebody else.
Right.
So to think that you can have an opinion, like yeah, everyone's allowed to have an opinion, but to think that you can like say something and like know somebody better than they know themselves is like not true. That's just absurd.
I mean, like, you have to be a really strong person to be able to handle that.
Exactly.
And so like, it just doesn't make any sense for anyone to do that to anybody. Because I know it was a younger age.
Right.
For you.
No, I was like 6. I just I mean, I just knew like it was. I don't feel like this is the right, not like the right body, but I shouldn't feel comfortable. Like, you know, people would be like, oh, you gotta wear dresses or do this, and I was like, no, I don't want to do that. I really don't. And just like the way I acted and who I wanted to be around, like I had tons of friends that were guys. You know, there was the girls line and the boys line. And I always would like go to the boys line, and they kind of look at me like, and I'd be like, oh, okay, you know, let me go back over here. But it was just like, I just knew, like, I can't explain. It was just it was a feeling, you know?
What made you so confident about it? Because, like, that wasn't, like, that's where I, like, lacked in my childhood. Like, I had the same experience as you, but, like, I lacked confidence in knowing what that was.
Right. It was just, like, if I didn't make this choice, like, if I didn't come out and be myself, it would have been detrimental to me.
Oh,
you know, like it would have affected me even more. Like, before I came out, I was like sad and angry and just depressed. I was an asshole, to be completely honest. Like, I wasn't nice to people. I wasn't nice to my parents. I wasn't nice to my siblings. But it was just because I was holding like all this anger in myself.
Oh, wow.
You know, because I wasn't expressing myself, and so I was like, this needs to happen. You know, I need to change because or else it's not going to be good for me. And as soon as I did, it was just like this weight had been lifted off my shoulders.
Oh, wow.
And my whole family could ask them. There's like, oh my God, like he's so much better. Like, you know, you changed so much, because they even said like you were a butthole. And I was like, yeah, I know.
Yeah.
But like, they can see the progress and they can see the happiness, and that's what made them support me. They didn't care, oh, whatever, I'm losing my dog. They didn't care. All they cared about was me being happy.
Right.
And supporting me. And that's how people should react. Is, oh my God, this person is happy.
And it shouldn't have even like it doesn't even like matter like whether or not you were like a dick, you know, when you were in the wrong bat, like when you were experiencing that reality, and now with that, like, for me, like, I went on a journey of, like, mine was a little bit longer, you know?
Right.
And for me, like, I was the same way. I always hung out with the boys. I always felt extremely masculine.
Right.
I always felt like a boy. It was just something that, like, I experienced, but instead of thinking, like, oh, I'm a boy, it was, I need to feel ashamed that I feel like I'm a boy.
Right.
And so what can I do to make myself feel more like a girl?
Mm-hmm.
And so I went on a journey. Instead of trying to be my authentic self, I shamed myself and basically took on the shame of, like, you're a man, and said, how can I hide it more?
Right. Mm-hmm.
Like, and I ended up wearing tons of makeup, dating a lot of boys, having a lot of sex and, like, with men, and wearing a lot of female clothes, and I would even, like, raise my voice higher, and just all these different things to try and feel more like a woman. I mean, like, I've spent thousands of dollars on trying to be a woman. I've had laser hair removal. I've gotten waxings. I mean, I've done it all. And it wasn't, for me, like, when I came out, like, it was me really truly discovering, like I had all these, like, dreams and these visions about me as a man. And I was, like, thinking about it, and I was just like, but I'm so much older now. Like, is it safe for me to come out? Like, would people understand? Yeah, and, like, I was really, like, guided and supported through my coaching at Twin Flames Universe. Something that, like, I think any kid who, like you, who was going through that would have really, you know, had a good experience with. And I was really supported as I explored this feeling that I felt inside. And they really helped me to release judgment of myself and to love myself as I am, and who I am as a man. And, like, I would not have been able to at the age you did to come out, but I am ready now, and that's okay, and that's enough. And so, yeah, like, our stories are pretty similar. We took a little bit of different paths, but we ended up in the same place. It's
just you had to experience, like, the contrast more.
Yes.
And that's all it was, you know, like, people watching this that, like, you know, want to come out and are, like, afraid. Like, you don't need to be afraid. I know it's scary because, yeah, we both experienced that. It's not an easy thing to come out.
No, it isn't.
But, like, if you're scared about being supported, like, we support you, right? We don't know you, but we support you.
We do,
right? We'll be here for you.
We got you.
You, like, like, you're being yourself, and whoever doesn't support you, like, it may be hard to hear, but they didn't really love you. And that's okay, because you know what? You can let them go, and you're making room for the people who actually do love you in your life. And you, like, that's the most important thing. You don't need to be afraid. And so many people are afraid. And that's what we're healing, like, is just people being afraid to be themselves because of the world. The world is like this fucking
place. The world is discriminatory.
Nobody feels safe.
No.
You know, but we're breaking that, and you can feel safe. And if you're not in a safe environment, then, you know, how can you remove yourself about it? You know, and again, like, you're a coach, right? You can work with him. We're both coaches, right?
You can work with him, or you can work with me.
Yeah,
check out the description box below.
Yeah, him and his twin flame, they're great, amazing coaches.
Thanks,
you can work with them. Yeah, you know, he's helped me too. But, like, if you're scared and you're, like, trying to figure out how you can get away from, like, people that don't support you, like, work with us. We'll help you.
Yeah, of course.
Change like that, and make you feel safe enough to come out and to get the help that you need, right? If you need help. But, you know, and it's just, like, with you, I've met you before you transition, and, like, I can see the difference, and that's what people, like, That's how you know. Like, you can just see.
Yeah.
Like, I looked at you, I saw you, like, at my door, and I was like, oh my god, like, this guy's a man. Like, that's all I saw. That's all I saw, and it doesn't matter about the outside. It was just you, like, you just completely embody that.
Like, I literally feel so much more energized in my life.
Right.
Because, like I said, I spent so much time and energy and money on trying to be a woman.
Right.
Like, really spent a lot of time trying to be a woman. It was like this tightness, and like my twin flame will say this all the time. She's like, I felt like you had resting bitch face because you had like this like tight face and you wore tons of makeup and like you like tried to hide behind your hair. Right. And I would wear like really revealing and low cut shirts because like I was literally trying to be like, please see me as a woman. Please see me as a woman.
Right. Mm-hmm.
Because I didn't want to be a man.
Mm-hmm.
Right? And I think that like people don't realize that like there are spiritual meanings behind like people who were transgender, and like I chose to be in a female body for a reason. Like, I wanted to hide from God.
Yep.
I wanted to hide from my twin flame. I wanted to hide from masculinity because I thought being masculine and being in my power meant that I had responsibility, and I didn't want responsibility. I'd rather just like have a man take care of me.
Right.
Like, these were all the things that like I thought of in moments before my death from my previous life. And so when I made these choices, when I came into my new life, I manifested being in a man's body. I mean, a woman's body. I can't even say it anymore. Because in next life, you better believe I'm going to be in a man's body. But, but you know, like, the one thing I'd like also say about all this is like, one thing I've realized through all these spiritual healings and like coming to really understand and know myself is that you cannot transition from a place of fear or hatred towards yourself. Right. I love every piece of myself, and I would never try and hide my past of who I was, because I was a man then, right, just like I'm a man now. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I had upsets. Yeah, I was hiding in some ways, and I was trying to be something that I wasn't. Right. But I still can really love that person completely. Right.
Yeah. Yeah, and the thing about it too is like you can look at other people's stories too, like other trans people's stories, like, and you can see how they wear the makeup and they try so hard to be a woman, right? And it's just uncomfortable, right? Exactly. You know, like trans woman, you know, they try so hard to be a man and get the muscles, and just it doesn't feel good, you know. But it's just like there's so much more than what the eye sees, you know? Right. Like, there's so much more to the core, and like it's completely okay to like be yourself. Right. It's completely okay, and no matter what anybody says, right? It's between you and God. And,
that's it.
You and the universe, right? If you're watching this, you're new to everything. You and the universe, right? It's just you, right? Yeah. Think about it. At the end of the day, who are you gonna have, right? Just you and God. Am I gonna die with him? No. Nope. We're not gonna die. Right? Are me and my friends gonna die together? Or me and my family? No. Like, no. It's just me and God. It's just me at the end of the day. So my main priority is myself. Right. Right. That's it. And so if you want to transition, do it, because that's your main priority. Right. That is your main priority. Right. That's gonna make you the happiest. That's gonna fulfill you. Yeah. Right. Do you want to? Do you want to be stuck? I mean, and if you're still a little scared, it's okay, right? But it's just having that desire and that, the click, like, okay, this is what's going on, this is what's happening, right? And now I can take the steps, right, and be compassionate with myself, right? But having the knowing and acknowledging that just feels so much better than still trying to hide that.
For sure. And like, I also want to say too, like, for people who are like curious and like, they're like, but I like this, so could I really be masculine? Or, but I like sports, so could I really be feminine? Or, oh, but I like artsy stuff, could I really be masculine? Or, just remember that, like, literally, there is not one single thing that describes you as masculine or feminine, but just the utter feeling of your soul And again, what we mentioned before, the giving and receiving thing.
Yeah.
And this is something that we learned from our teachers, and like honestly, like it has really helped me and supported me into going deeper into what I was already feeling inside.
Yeah, like to be honest with you, like when I joined the community,
right,
I was still so scared of being judged. Like I thought I was going to be judged, and it was funny because like I came in the community, nobody knew I was trans.
Nobody knew you were trans.
And I told, didn't know. Yeah, I told everybody, and they were just like, what? But I was still scared because I thought I was going to be judged. But being in this community is nothing but love. Like they just they love you and they accept you and they want to help you, right? And just help you grow and help you love and accept yourself even more and see that, you know, you are God's divine child, right? Because we a lot of people, you know, who are trans are like, oh my God, like I was created in the wrong body, like I'm ashamed of my body, I'm ashamed of myself, but like they've taught me even more to embrace myself, you know, like I thought that I was healed before I came, like because I've been I was transitioned for like 4 years, like out. No, sorry, more than that, maybe 7. Yeah. Before I like came in this community, so I already did a lot of healing, but like I healed even more. You know, more,
and like that's the beautiful thing is that like there's not just like transgender people in the community that like have come to realize they're transgender due to the healing of this work, and it's not even realized. It's really just feeling embracing safe and comfortable because the fact is, I did not accept myself. And it was only due to the healing that I experienced in this community that I was able to accept myself. So to the outsider, it might look like, oh, well, Jeff and Shalia made this person transgender. Well, actually, no. Jeff and Shalia helped this person accept themselves. Yeah, you can't make somebody. And through acceptance, that person was able to realize that they were transgender. You know, Drake was really lucky. You accepted yourself at a young age. Not a lot of people experience that. No. And so, like, you know, you really inspire and empower a lot of us in the community. Right, yeah. Yeah.
I was like, yes! Yes! Well, no, it was funny, too, because I remember, like, walking into the salon, and somebody already thought I was a guy. Like, but I had my long hair already. And they already, like, thought I was a guy and was like, yeah, you just look like a guy, you know? But I got my haircut and it was like, oh, yeah, I'm more of me. And the thing I also experienced, though, when I was younger, I was always afraid to cut my hair short. Like, I had
That's so funny.
Yeah, I was scared, but I was just scared because, like, cutting my hair short is who I am, right?
Right. Oh, my God. So, like, that was my thing. Like, I was so afraid of cutting my hair because I thought, like, that would make me look more masculine.
Right, that's how I felt. I was like, oh my God, I'm being myself. Oh no.
No, seriously, though. But I gotta tell you, when I cut my hair, when I got, like, it's so funny, like, one of my best, really good friends from, you know, when I was younger, Adam's probably watching right now. Hi. He, like, so I, like, even took a picture, which I'll probably pop in here. And I looked so miserable. Like, I had this long hair. I'm just like, like, I was just, like, not happy. And, like, I remember he, like, buzzed my hair off, and I just, like, felt like,
no, like, I saw your picture, and I was like, oh, my God. Like, he looks good.
I know. And, like, it was so funny. His wife, like, saw me after my haircut, and she, like, ran to my door, and she was just like, roll your window down, roll your window down. I was like, what? And she's like, you look so good. You look so happy. Like, you look totally like a changed person. You don't even look the same. And, like, yeah, like, for me, it was the same thing. And even, like, with the clothes and stuff like that, too, like, I just, like, automatically felt, I just felt like myself. Right. I didn't feel like I was trying. Like, that was something that I experienced my entire life. And that was why it was so hard to accept myself, because I was always trying to be something. I never felt enough. Yeah. But it was really just because, like, I just needed to accept myself for who I was. And who I was.
That's the key.
Was enough.
That's just it. It's just it's self-acceptance.
Yeah.
Who you are. That's it. When I came out, like, my parents thought it was kind of like this phase. Like, I think it was just because they were, like, scared of it.
Yeah.
But as soon as they, like, saw me and how I acted, they just instantly like were like, oh yeah, he's for real, and they just accepted me, you know.
Yeah.
And yeah, I just had my parents and I had my friends. Like I my best friend of like 7 years, I told him. So because I went to school with him and everything for a long ass time, and I told him, he's like, oh, he's like, that's fine. You know, like he just instantly accepted it. So I had a lot of support.
Yeah.
I mean, there were some people that were just like
really sour about it.
Yeah, but I didn't really care. You know, I didn't really experience like bullying or anything. It was just kind of like, well, in high school, like I came to school and nobody really knew who I was. Like nobody had an idea. They were just like, oh, it's a guy. And then this girl decided to like take a yearbook of my middle school and like show my picture to everyone and basically be like, he's this person. And so that's how it got spread. But you know, like it wasn't a big thing. Like nobody came and said shit to me. You know, nobody was like, and people would tell me like, oh, like so and so stood up for you, or like he said this. Like people just, I didn't even know, would just like say stuff.
Right.
And yeah, but I just have a really big support system now. Like people that just like, someone says something to me, they'll be like, what are you doing? But I mean, like I don't need that now because like I can defend myself. But,
Amen.
But back when like I wasn't really that confident in myself, I was supported by all these people.
Yeah. You know, it's interesting. I mean, for me, my support system is the Twin Flames Universe community.
Right.
Like, I can't tell you how supported I am in that community, how much I am loved and cared about, how much time and effort has been put in to really support me as I came out, as I explored myself and talked to people about traumas I had or experiences I had, and them really holding space for me. It was beautiful. Like, the fact that this community even exists, because I might, had it not existed, like, I might had stayed thinking that I was a woman my entire life and being extremely unhappy. Yeah. And I might not have ever come to this place of acceptance of myself. Right. And so I'm really grateful. To be honest, I'm really grateful.
I'm grateful too that I'm in it, because like I still healed more stuff too, and I like know that no matter what, these people have my back.
They are your allies.
Right. Like
they're allies.
Like if somebody sends either of us to hate stuff, we got like a army just like, where are we going with?
It's an army of love.
Yeah.
It's an army of love.
It's just like we're gonna speak the truth. Like they're gonna speak the truth. You're not gonna be able to. No one's gonna be able to do anything. Like
no. Yeah, we really keep we really protect and keep our community really safe from those kinds of people. Right. And so you'll see a lot of those people who have left the community, a lot of those people actually were part of the problem as to why we had experiences in the community where people felt unsafe. Yeah. So some of them who have left, that's exactly why they've left.
Well, I told them, they were just like, okay. They just started doing it. Like, yeah, they like slipped up, but they were trying. Like, I remember my grandmother, my grandfather was having like a really hard time. He was like really resistant, and my grandmother was like, "You're gonna love him, because if you don't, like, I'm done with you." I don't know what she said, but she was just like telling him, and he made the choice to support me, and now he loves me, and he like. But they all called me pro, you know, just from the start though. It was all the pronouns, you know?
When was it, like, from when you came out, and like how quickly did you go from, hey, mom and dad, I'm transgender?
Like, same day.
The same day.
Yeah, I was just like, I'm doing it. Like,
so it was immediate. It was fast.
Yeah, it was immediate. Like, I was not being my old self anymore. It was not happening.
Right.
I think I came out to them.
You didn't like transition them into it, right? Is what I'm trying to share.
No, they did it themselves. That was their choice. Like, I was like, you're gonna accept me or you're not. And they were just like, okay, we gotta accept him.
Okay. Yeah. And so, like, this is the confusion that, like, my family has gone through, because they've been asking me to, like, slowly wean them off of me being a woman.
It's not, like...
And it's really fucking funny.
Well, yeah, and it's like, you can have compassion, because like my parents were going through that, but it wasn't like, it was just like oh, okay, I'm a little sad, whatever. And then, but it was just like, but this is still my kid. So
Right.
let me respect him and his choices, and let
Right.
me just love him.
Right.
And I'm not gonna make him feel guilty. Like, nobody said that was like, oh, can you just be a girl longer? Like, because that was compassion.
Yeah, I mean, like, it's not up to them.
No, and they just went up. They just accepted me because I asked them. I said, this is what I want. Like, please, and then they just listened. You know.
Wow, that's amazing.
And but it's because they accepted me.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and like, you know, your parents, like, you have a kid, and you know, you love them.
Right.
You're supposed to love them no matter what.
Right. Unconditional love. Yeah.
And that's, my parents did that.
Right.
And so I'm very fortunate because a lot of people don't have that. A lot of people don't have that.
Well, yeah. So, like, my experience is different. I came out to my parents. You know, I'm turning 29, so I'm older. They've experienced me as a woman my whole life, and as I mentioned before, I went deep into trying to be a woman. There were definitely clear signs that I am a masculine, like, many clear signs, like, a lot. And my mom would try and, like, make me wear tons of pink and, like, all this other stuff, and, like, I wasn't interested, or, you know, she would encourage me to go deeper into being a feminine a lot. So I'm sure she, like, experienced and saw it coming,
right,
but
right, yeah, he's just trying to use the, oh my, yeah, no, like, my parents knew, like, even though I was, like, a strong tomboy, like, even when I was trying to be a girl, like, they knew something was off, right? You know, like, it was already there, like, I think it's just common sense to, like, okay, if my kid's acting a certain way, or, like, if they're dabbling in this, like, there must be, like, you just have that common sense, you know? Yeah. And even though, like, yeah, you may not know what it is, but, like, if I feel like it's just, okay, you can feel that something's different about them, and then when they express that to you, you're like, oh, well, this is what it was, that's what it was, and now I know, like, now I can be clear on what I was feeling, you know?
Yeah, definitely. So, yeah, for me, I came out to my parents, and I told them that I'd like to go by pronouns of he. I, like, tried in the beginning to kind of wean them, be like, well, I'm with a woman, and, like, I cut my hair, and, like, I tried to, like, be compassionate in some ways, but then I got just to a point where I'm like, can you please just call me Ray? Right. And I'd like you to use the pronoun of he. Mm-hmm. And I told, you know, certain family members and things like that. And some family members accepted it and were nice. Some family members were like, this is just a phase. And some family members, like my parents, were like, get the fuck out. I want nothing to do with you. Goodbye. Right. Like, it was bad. I mean, like, I was even threatened by my parents on multiple occasions. And it was scary. You know, when you think, like, people love you and then they go and do something like that. Yeah. So, yeah, I mean, you just, again, like, your true parent, your true source of love and acceptance is God. Yeah. So, you know, if you're working through a situation like mine, where the people around you are not accepting you, all you can do is put a boundary up and see that, like, God is your source of love, and you just continue to accept yourself, and you don't allow people to not accept you.
No, and I mean, like, you know, people will either eventually make the choice to accept you or just vibrate completely out of reality. And, like, I know people who, like, are transgender and, like, their parents, like, they accepted them, but they still had trouble. Right. With it, and that's okay if they have trouble, but, like, at least you're trying. Right. You know, at least you acknowledge that. And, and, like, it took, and, like, there can be a communication about that. Right. And it took them a few years to, like, finally, like, really, like, you know, say, like he, you know, completely, but it was just, like, they were still accepting. Right. And there was this mutual thing in the relationship was, like, I'm trying, and you're, you know, instead
there's
of, like,
a difference between,
no,
like,
no, you know,
yeah, there's a difference between, like, me, like, calling you he all the time, and then accidentally it slips and I say she, and, like, purposely in every single message saying your feminine pronouns, your feminine name, that's not okay. Like, that's not okay. That's not trying. Yeah. And, like, it just was really disrespectful the way I was treated by my family. Yeah. And, like, I've put a boundary up there to a lot of the members of my family who've treated me that way. Yeah. And I wish that they make a new choice and they see that
Right.
this is who I am, this is the real me, and
Right.
I don't need to apologize for not accepting myself before. I simply need to just accept myself for who I am now and love myself.
Yep, that's it. That's the big thing is you just have to accept and love yourself, and that's all you
Amen.
need.
That's all you need.
No. No.
No. Yeah.
But
We weren't like divine feminines before, and now we're divine masculines.
Like
that's not how this works.
No, like, and like what I can say too is like when I was feminine, right? Like females were attracted to me, right?
Same.
You know, like
Same.
they were attracted, and they were like, you know, bisexual, right?
Same.
But it was like, or like even straight women, they were saying they were straight, but they were attracted to me. And
Amen.
Like,
I had the same experience,
right? Because they're picking up on the masculine energy.
Amen.
Right.
I had a lot of gay men who are feminines.
Right. Me too. That's how I have it. That's how I have it.
Me.
That's how I have it now. And they were confused. They're like, why do I like a girl? And then now, like, they are attracted to me because I'm the masculine. So, but it's like, no, I was never a feminine. I've always had the masculine energy. Like, that's just always been me. And before I even, like, had a concept of that, it was just, no, that's the energy I gave off. That's the energy I was born with.
It's just
that's how God made me. That's it.
Yeah. So, like, long hair doesn't make you feminine. Dresses don't make you feminine. No. Makeup doesn't make you feminine. And vice versa about people who are in a man's body and are feminine.
It's your energy.
It is all your energy and how you feel. So again, you have no right to tell anybody who they are, or how they're feeling. You can only, if you are their trusted coach, you can maybe help guide them.
Right.
To explore these things, but at the end of the day, like, this person is going to explore that for themselves and make that choice.
Yeah.
And so anybody in our community who's come out has come out because that's their choice.
Yeah, exactly.
And I want to just make that very, very clear.
Yeah, nobody forced them. Like, you can't. Yeah. How does it even sound? You're transgender.
Giving away your power.
You're transgender. That's who you're gonna be. How does that even happen?
It doesn't.
Like, it doesn't.
It doesn't. Do you know how much fucking energy that would be to like put up that facade?
And me being in the community putting up with that and seeing that, I wouldn't put up with that shit.
You wouldn't. You would see right through it.
I'd be like, what the fuck is this?
Yeah, no.
And I'd be gone. I'd be like, see ya.
Right.
But no, like
that's not what's happening, guys.
No. You want support?
Yeah.
You come to the community and we'll help you heal, right?
Amen.
And feel better about your life, feel better about yourself, and accept yourself. Like, that's literally what the community is about, is loving yourself
and accepting yourself. Yeah.
Oh wow. Yeah. Because that's the thing.
Yeah. It's not scary, guys.
No, like,
so don't listen to like any of the haters. Like, just remember, like, remember the truth, and the truth is that no one can take your power away, and no one can convince you of anything. And so, we're only here to further support you on your journey and to love you.
Excuse me.
Make a new choice.
Releasing.
And thank you for watching, and we hope that you seek more support, find more information out, whether you're an ally or you yourself are transgender, or this is just helping you go deeper in finding your true self.
Right, exactly, yeah.
Nothing
hurts to explore.
No, it doesn't. So thank you again, and we love you so much, and we'll see you in the next video.